Welcome to Love Science Today, the podcast where we explore modern relationships through psychology, sociology, philosophy, and real human behavior. Here we study attraction, intimacy, boundaries, and emotional safety in the age of digital connection. If you want to understand love on a deeper level, you are in the right place. Let us begin. Today's episode is titled, The Fear of Losing Love, Why You Settle, Stay, and Silence Yourself. You see the signs. You feel the imbalance. You know something is not right, but you stay. Why? Because the fear of losing love can feel vastly stronger than the discomfort of staying in a situation that no longer serves you. In this landmark episode 50 of Love Science Today, we go deeper into one of the most powerful forces in human relationships, the fear of abandonment and loss, and how it quietly shapes your choices, your silence, and your standards. You will learn the psychological roots of the fear of losing love, how this deep-seated fear leads to settling, over-tolerance, and self-silencing, why people stay in relationships that clearly no longer align with their values, the connection between early attachment wounds and fear-driven romantic decisions, how fear completely distorts your perception of value, scarcity, and self-worth, the critical difference between truly loving someone and simply fearing their absence, practical steps to rebuild emotional security and make grounded, healthy choices. If you have ever known you deserved more but stayed anyway, this milestone episode will speak directly to you. Welcome back to Love Science Today, episode 50. This one matters deeply to me because today we are not just talking about the mechanics of relationships. We are talking about the primal emotion that drives almost every bad decision we make in our romantic lives. We are talking about fear. I am not talking about the loud, obvious fear. I am talking about the kind of fear that does not shout, the kind of fear that whispers to you in the dark. It whispers, "Do not lose this." It whispers, "Do not say too much or they will leave." It whispers, "Do not push them away. You will never find anyone else." You hear these whispers even when something deep inside your gut knows this situation is not right. I am your host, Kahinda Ojo. Today we are unpacking why you settle, why you stay, why you silence yourself. We are going to look at how the terror of abandonment distorts your reality and how to finally choose your own peace over the fear of an empty room. Let us begin. At the core of almost every confusing relationship decision is one incredibly powerful driver. It is the fear of losing love. When you are terrified of losing a partner, you are rarely just afraid of losing the physical person. You are afraid of losing everything that person represents to your nervous system. You are afraid of losing connection. You are afraid of losing the external validation that tells you you are worthy. You are afraid of losing your identity as someone's partner. Most importantly, you are afraid of losing emotional safety. So when the relationship is threatened by a conflict, a shift in their mood, or a boundary you need to set, your system does not just react. Your system goes to war to protect the connection at all costs. You will betray your own values just to keep the peace. How does this fear actually manifest in your daily life? It turns you into a completely different person. When fear takes over, you start to stay silent instead of expressing your needs. You swallow your words because you think your needs make you a burden. You begin to accept behavior you normally would never tolerate. If a friend told you their partner spoke to them the way your partner speaks to you, you would tell them to leave immediately. But for yourself, you make excuses. You lower your standards to maintain the connection. You overgive. You become the perfect, low-maintenance partner, hoping that if you are just easy enough to love, they will not abandon you. You ignore your intuition. You do these things not because you are weak. You must forgive yourself for this. You do these things because your biological system is desperately trying to avoid the psychological devastation of loss. To heal this, we have to find out where this intense fear comes from. It almost never starts with your current partner. This specific, agonizing fear often stems from your earliest experiences with love. If you grew up with inconsistent love, where your caregivers were sometimes warm and sometimes cold, you learn that love is a fragile thing that can vanish without warning. If you experienced emotional neglect, You learned that you have to work incredibly hard just to be noticed. If you received conditional affection, meaning you were only praised when you were quiet and obedient, you learned a tragic lesson. You learned love can be taken away the moment I become difficult. That core belief stays encoded in your nervous system. Even in adulthood, you treat every romantic disagreement as a life or death scenario. You are fighting to survive an abandonment that actually happened 20 years ago. Let us look at a real-world example to see how insidious this fear can be. Let us talk about Daniel and Emma. Daniel is a 34-year-old architect living in Manchester. He had been dating Emma for a year. Deep down, Daniel knew something was off. Emma was emotionally distant. She was incredibly inconsistent with her affection. She was entirely unclear about what she wanted for their future. Every logical part of Daniel's brain told him this was a dead end. But every single time he gathered the courage to pack his things and leave, a tidal wave of anxiety would crash over him. He would sit on the edge of the bed and the whispers would start. What if I lose her and realize she was the one? What if I regret it? I am 34. What if I don't find anyone better and I die alone? So Daniel unpacked his bags. He stayed. He stayed for another 2 years. He did not stay because the relationship was right, or because it was healthy, or even because he was happy. He stayed strictly because leaving felt more terrifying than suffering. Daniel's story brings us to a vital psychological truth. Fear does not measure reality. Fear exaggerates loss. When you are in a state of romantic panic, your brain creates cognitive distortions. It lies to you. It tells you, this is your only chance at happiness. It tells you, you will never find a connection like this again. It tells you, you need this person to be okay. But those thoughts are not facts. They are protective distortions created by a scarcity mindset. There are 8 billion people on this planet. The idea that this one inconsistent, emotionally unavailable person is your singular chance at love is a mathematical absurdity. You must learn the difference between loving someone and simply fearing their absence. Love feels expansive. Fear feels like you are holding your breath. What happens when you let the fear win? What is the actual cost of staying in a room where you are not being honored? When you stay out of fear, you lose your voice. You stop speaking your truth because the truth rocks the boat. You lose your clarity. You start gaslighting yourself, convincing yourself that breadcrumbs are actually a full meal. You lose your self-respect. Every time you accept less than you deserve, you send a subconscious message to your own brain that you are not worth fighting for. And over time, the ultimate tragedy occurs. You do not just fear losing them. You look in the mirror one day and you realize you have completely lost yourself. You can break this cycle. You can rewire your response to the threat of loss. Here is your protocol to reclaim your power. 1. Name the fear. You must drag the monster out from under the bed. Say it out loud. Tell your friend or tell your journal, I am not staying because I am happy. I am staying because I am absolutely terrified of being alone. Honesty is the first step of liberation. 2. Separate fear from truth. Just because your body feels panic does not mean you are making the wrong decision. Panic is just a physical sensation. Acknowledge the anxiety, but do not let it drive the car. 3. Rebuild internal safety. Your stability cannot depend on whether or not someone texts you back. You must build a life that you actually enjoy living alone. Cultivate your friendships, invest in your career, create a foundation so strong that a breakup feels like a sad event, not an existential collapse. 4. Raise your standards again. Do this not from a place of ego, but from a place of deep self-respect. Write down what you actually require in a relationship and hold yourself accountable to it. 5. Choose alignment over attachment. Attachment means clinging to someone no matter how much they hurt you. Alignment means choosing a partner who shares your values, respects your boundaries, and actively wants to build a life with you. Love should never require self-abandonment. I want you to take out your journal tonight. I want you to be brutally honest as you answer these 4 questions. What am I truly afraid will happen if I finally let this person go? Am I staying in this connection because it is genuinely right for me? Or am I staying because I am scared of the alternative? What parts of my true personality have I silenced to keep this relationship alive? Who am I slowly becoming by choosing to stay here? I want to leave you with a final thought to carry with you. The fear of losing love can keep you in places that slowly take everything from you. It can convince you that starvation is a normal diet. But real love does not require fear to survive. It requires truth. It requires courage. It requires two people who are freely choosing to stay, not two people who are too terrified to leave. The moment you choose truth over fear, you might lose a relationship that was not meant for you anyway. But I promise you this, the moment you make that choice, you begin to come back to yourself. This is Love Science Today, episode 50. If there is one thing to take with you from this milestone, it is this. Do not hold on out of fear, hold on out of alignment. And if it is not aligned, be brave enough to let it go. Thank you for listening to Love Science Today. I hope this episode gave you something meaningful to think about. If you learned something, share it with someone who may benefit. Remember that love is not random. It is a pattern you can understand and choose with intention. Join me again for the next episode as we continue exploring the science and soul of real connection. Stay thoughtful, stay open, take care of your heart.